Hello fellow CNC nuts and welcome. As you can see, we're continuing on with our domino theme, and this time we're doing a spiral. Now the problem with a spiral, of course, is you just can't go and stack the dominoes into the template and then slide that template gently away. It just doesn't work like that. So I've had to come up with something different. To that end, I made this prototype out of MDF. I've given it to our panel of experts, they've tested it and it works really well. So now I'm going to rebuild it out of melamine, which will look a lot nicer and will be harder wearing. Of course, because it's been thoroughly tested, we'll have no problems with this whatsoever. Yeah, right. Let's get on with the build. So here's the problem. It allowed the dominoes to set up really nicely, but when I knock them over, you'll find that that doesn't go right to the end. There's two reasons for this. First, the melamine is very slippery, and the second is I adjusted the spacing and made the dominoes further apart than I did on my prototype. So I'm sanding the domino base using 150 grit sandpaper. I'm hoping that by scuffing up the surface here and removing that shiny coating, that the dominoes won't twist as they're hit by the preceding domino. Now unfortunately, the other problem with my domino spacing is something I can't fix by simply sanding it. I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board literally and redesign the entire spiral. Now what I really like about this is it's really easy to take off. Once you put your dominoes in place, just simply grab it by the edges, and that's why we've got those cornered edges in here, so you can get your fingernails into it and just lift it up. And then just lift it straight up. 9 times out of 10, you won't knock any of them over. So there you have it. That was quite a surprising result. I would have thought after testing the initial prototype that simply making it out of melamine would have been really easy, but it wasn't. So something to remember is a slippery surface like melamine isn't the best to set the dominoes up on, because they slip and slide when they're falling over and can miss the domino they're actually aiming for. I found that sanding it with 180 grits seemed to work alright. Maybe I could have gone a little bit coarser, but it seems to be okay. Maybe I could find something to actually coat it with to give it a slightly rougher texture, just to stop them slipping around. But like I said, at the moment they seem to be working fine. Now the other problem I had, which was my own fault, was when I made it for the 100 dominoes, which is the standard number you get in a pack of dominoes. I thought, well, I might as well get enough to use one pack. I spaced these out too far, and of course they didn't fall over as they should every time. By upgrading it to 157 dominoes, I was able to get them much closer. You get a lot more dominoes on there, and it works really well. I found that the dowels work quite well. I actually put a little bit of wax on them as well to make them slide that little bit better. So there we have it. Another exciting domino-dominated episode. If you'd like the files to make your own domino spiral, I'll leave a link in the description box below to where you can download the files. Don't forget to check out my website, www.CNCnutz.com. In the meantime, thanks for watching guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Cheers!